Pull up a chair and get comfortable. It's time to talk about your federal benefits. Federal Employee Benefit Coordinators presents the FEBC podcast with Elizabeth Inman and Bryan Fentress.
Hello. Elizabeth Inman here with Federal Employee Benefit Coordinators, and I'm so excited today. We've got a very special guest, and as you know, here we are, 2023 open season. It's kind of been a build-up this year, getting ready for open season, where you as federal employees, postal employees, get to pick your health benefits. You get to see what's best for you and your family, and so I'm so excited to have Vavilala here from GEHA. I mean, we're talking about one of the largest federal employee health benefit plans that's out there. So I want to introduce the Chief Sales Marketing and Product Officer for GEHA. Welcome to the program.
Good morning, Elizabeth. Thank you for having me here. Appreciate all the work you do, and very excited to have a voice to connect with your audience here today.
So excited to have you. And we're here almost celebrating. You've got almost a year with GEHA, so I feel kind of special. We get to honor your 1-year anniversary with GEHA. You've got a very impressive background.
Well, thank you so much. It's a dream come true. GEHA is a fantastic organization, a mission-driven organization. And as I've evolved in my career, it's very important for me to connect with a company that truly cares for advancing their mission. And I'm very honored and fortunate to have this opportunity to work with GEHA. It's been a year. It's gone so fast. In many ways, I feel that I came in yesterday because there's so much to learn. In many ways, I feel that I've been here 10 years because I understand the value that we add. So excited for this.
It is wonderful. And I want to thank you. I'm a retired postal employee myself. And so everything that's, in this space is near and dear to my heart because I draw a pension from the FERS system myself. And so I just so appreciate all that you guys do. And since I'm in a second career as a benefit coordinator, I work with federal employees, postal employees all the time. And I love that GEHA is so active in events out there, conferences out there. You are one of the few organizations that actually send out your coordinators to the field, and you're very active having people available to the employees to help them answer their questions and stuff. So I thank you for making that resource available and always being there for your members out there. Thank you for that.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. We appreciate that. We really believe in this. Healthcare is very local and it is high touch. Healthcare, and it's so specific. Everybody goes through a specific life event, their pathway to health, the journey itself, and where they are in the journey is so unique. You do need to have a lot of the online tools and technologies and the call center. You do need to have all of that. But it's also important to be there in the field so members and prospects alike can actually have real conversations about where they are. And once you see somebody in the field, a little bit of the confidence is built up so you can approach them and truly tell them the challenges that you're dealing with because they're so personal, because you can actually put a face to the company. So we invest in that. We do thousands of events a year on it. We'll continue to do that, and we'll continue to invest on it. Our aspiration is to reach to potentially every member that's out there. And so I'm glad to know that you see that, and it's really a cornerstone for how we want to actually be there in the market.
Well, for feedback from a retiree, I really mean that as a sincere thank you, that you're exactly right. To get a face with a face that represents the company, that state by state, we really do identify with that representative. I mean, when we think GEHA in a particular state, and you guys have taken the resources and the time and the money it takes to put that representative out there, they become the face of GEHA for us, and it makes it more personal. And we really do feel like you care, that you've got somebody that we know we can call. So Really heartfelt thanks. Thank you for that. It's one of the things that, in my opinion, not that my opinion really counts that much, but it makes GEHA one of those top companies and one of those top providers. So thank you very much.
Now, your opinion counts. Everybody's opinion counts. We appreciate that. An element of value that our employees feel is the opportunity to be there in the community and support their fellow citizens. A number of our employees have been around with us for decades. You know, there are many, not just one. There are many employees that we have on our team that have been there a decade and a half, 2 decades. And when I talk to them and say, what do you enjoy about your job? The number one thing that always comes about is making a difference because they get to know their communities. The person who's running Florida knows Florida. The person who's running Atlanta knows Atlanta. And they stay there. They're members of their communities. They live there. And so they know those places. And it's an important value add for our employees too, because we attract people who are attracted to the mission. And so they come in and they want to educate. They primarily want to make sure that people understand what's going on with their health, what's going on with the products, how does the market change, especially in Postal as we approach it. We already have a number of questions from a number of members to say, what does this mean for me? And it's very difficult to explain to that in a print format. You do need to have the conversation. So our employees feel that too. So I appreciate you calling that out because our employees do feel that.
Well, speaking of tenures, you've got a milestone real close. You've got that year with GEHA. What's your first year been like with such an amazing company?
It's been an honor to serve over here in GEHA. It's been interesting in many ways. One, everything that I learned during the interview process of who the people are, what the company is, the leadership, everything is reinforced. I'm very honored to be part of the leadership group wherein we are all together. We're all like-minded in terms of caring for the community, caring for the members. We are highly collaborative, and we're all in it together. One of our values is to win as one team. And that comes across in every organic conversation. Art Nees, our CEO, he's created a culture wherein we welcome diversity and we embrace it, but we are all connected with the shared fabric that we do win as one team. We care for our members and each other, and we do the right thing because it's the right thing to do. And though that has been incredibly clear right from day one. And this year has been exciting on many other fronts, wherein we've been able to bring to market many capabilities, many products that are truly value adding for our members. So we are excited for product enhancements. We are excited for the ways we bring to market. So this year has gone by really fast. I think my wife was congratulating me the other day. It's like, hey, 1 year coming up. I lost track. I thought I was on month 9 and 1 year is already here. So it's gone very fast. And the other note I would mention is our board is fantastic. It's a very diverse board. It has a number of members on the board. And so you see the types of decisions that we make as a leadership group are heavily, heavily, heavily influenced by what's the right thing for the members, whether it's healthcare outcomes, whether how we price our products, how we define value and deliver value. It's very organic, from governance in terms of board to leadership to everybody in the company.
Very good, very good. Well, congratulations again. If you had to pick one achievement from the past year, what would you say personally is your greatest achievement since coming to GEHA?
That's a great question, Elizabeth. I think the greatest achievement for me here so far is introducing our Medicare benefits to our membership. It is so refreshing to see when you introduce a product, because you think there's value that members could derive, and immediately after the introduction of the product, members start to take that on in the thousands. And so when you see something like that, you are reinforced that the decision you made was right, because the market, your members are acting and they are telling you that the decision you as a company made is right. So I'm very grateful to be part of the team that went along this journey, brought these benefits in, and so very, very happy that we were able to provide these needs.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that. So if let's say I'm a federal employee and I'm still working and I'm turning 65, how does the introduction of Medicare with my benefits, how does that affect me as an employee?
Yeah, it's a great question there. What we have is we have plans that have normal health benefits, and we've added plans that have enhanced MAPD benefits now. So you do get a chance to engage in a conversation, and we have team members on staff that you can talk to, and you can opt into these benefits. And you say, yeah, I do want to receive the supplemental benefits, and that conversation will be helpful for you to learn the specific things that are being offered and how that fits into it, including all of the financials around it, all of the access around it. And that's very important, especially for new retirees who are coming in, because FEHB, CMS, they're different in terms of organizations and the value they add. And for having a partner who can help a member navigate all of the requirements, all of the regulations, the timing of when to enroll, how to enroll, is really crucial. So that's the best way to engage in, is to have the conversation, look at the supplemental benefits and opt into it. And so now you know exactly what you're getting and how you're covered.
Wow, that is fantastic because it's very complicated, or at least it seems like it's complicated when you're in the middle of all of that. Now, is it different if I'm a retiree?
It isn't very different. There are some things that are slightly different from an experience point of view. It is the same, wherein you do end up having to opt in. You take a look at the benefits and you have a conversation and you opt in. So it isn't significantly different in terms of the experience. There are some technical things that are different in behind the scenes that we will manage for our members.
Well, thank you so much for bringing that up because that's something that's brand new, and I appreciate you telling our listeners about that. So, along those lines, and you've already done a great job, but is there anything in particular about GEHA that you want our listeners to know? What do you do well? What sets you apart, GEHA, from the other federal employee health benefit plans?
Yeah, it's a great question. What sets us apart is the true commitment to our mission. We are a VIBA, which provides us the opportunities to invest into our memberships. And so we are driven by the value of the mission and how we help versus any other extraneous factor. Now, there are some other organizations who are driven similarly. So it's not a differentiation from every organization, but it is different from several organizations wherein our primary metric really is around member health. How do we help member health? How do we help individuals? So we can invest in things that many other companies may not be. For example, the on-site events. It is a pretty significant investment for us to do to run thousands of events, especially on an education basis. So we do have specialists who are around health and wellness who go into the market and they run these events. It could range from simple things such as eating right. Though it sounds simple, it's complicated because of access to food and the times and so on. And also complicated things such as how do you manage a condition specifically. Those investments are only possible when you have a company that's believing in its mission to say, we will put monies into these activities, even if there is no enrollment results. That is different. We are very proud of that we are actually going to invest into our communities. We are very proud of actually partnering with several organizations. It could be a highlight organization like the Kansas City Chiefs, and we partner with them to deliver the Joe Delaney Learn to Swim program and the foundation there. It's fantastic to help young children learn how to swim because it's really important for their safety. Or it could be something different wherein we partner with federal agencies to advance their mission on what they want to do for public health and safety. So we are very proud of these partnerships that we built in. And so those are the elements that truly differentiate us, along with the products are the products. But it's really how do we engage with the community? How do we engage with our members? Where do we invest in members? That's differentiated for us. Our HDHP product, for example, we fund those accounts, and those are meaningful funds. So $1,000, $2,000 for a self, for a family, for an employee, any employee, that's a meaningful amount of money, especially for somebody who might benefit from that support structure for having those dollars that they can use, whether to fund their health savings, whether they actually use it for care. It's a meaningful number. So we're very proud that we can do that, that we can actually invest into our communities and our members. And that's something that I think more people could benefit from learning.
That's wonderful. Being born and raised in Kansas myself, I'm a huge Kansas City Chiefs fan. And having retired from the federal government myself, you can imagine the amount of pride I have when we turn on the television and we're following the Kansas City Chiefs, and there it is, GEHA, right there on the screen. I love that. So thank you that you guys do that. I love that partnership.
It's amazing. The Hunt family and the Kansas City Chiefs are truly a special organization to work with. So very honored for that. I saw a report this morning, interestingly, and it essentially said the Germany game that happened, of every 100 televisions that were on during the Germany game with the Miami Dolphins, 94 of them were tuned in to watch the game. And so you think about a number like that and say 94% of the TVs that were turned on are watching this game, and you understand the pride that the city and the community takes, because they are the Kansas City Chiefs. They're not the Chiefs of the NFL. They're the Kansas City Chiefs. I saw that stat this morning, and I honestly was surprised. I expected it to be high, but not that high, right? That's very, very positive and encouraging. That can bring happiness and a smile for several of us who might be going through some challenging things. So part of our collaboration with the Chiefs was, hey, they are a strong partner in the community. We are a strong partner in the community. How can we get together and do more together than either of us can do individually? And none of that was anything other than, how can we actually partner and help our community? So we are very excited for that. We have some other partnerships across the country, but that clearly is our cornerstone that we build upon.
That is so good. That is so good. Thank you for sharing that. And I'm also extremely, extremely pleased with the emphasis on the health and wellness that you guys place as well. Just so many benefits to everybody involved with that. So thank you for that as well. And here we are. Our timing's perfect, I think, that this is the first day of open season. So while this may not get aired on the first day, we're recording on the first day of open season. Thank you for helping us time this so well. So what can your participants expect during this open season this year?
That's a great question, Elizabeth. They can expect a whole bunch of information around what's going on, and quite a set of new features, especially if you're a younger audience coming in and this is your first open season. You have a lot of choices, and you may have enrolled in a plan during the year because you just joined in and you probably didn't have as much of an opportunity to truly shop. You get to shop, and that's exciting. And then if you're an annuitant who's been retired for a while, you now get to see these Medicare benefits. So it's very exciting. So you can expect a lot of information. And the other thing you can expect is questions, that once you go through information, you will have questions. And so my encouragement to everybody who's in this season is to take advantage of your opportunity to truly be shopping, see what's out there, what are the new enhancements and benefits that every carrier has brought in, because everybody's trying to advance their value proposition. So you get a chance to see around, talk to people. One of the questions I frequently get from members that I talk to in the field is, how do I know the offering that you have? And my answer to this question is always talk to a GEHA member, because you can read a lot of literature and you can talk to a lot of people, and you should do all of that. But there's nothing more important than to get the actual experience of somebody who's actually experiencing the product. So whoever you have as a carrier, if you're trying to look at someone else, talk to a customer of that particular carrier, that particular insurance company now to say, how are you feeling about your insurance? Are you getting the services that you need? Because one of the frequent questions and problems the industry faces is access. So having a broad network is important, and we have a really broad network, but also having access to make those appointments. Because what good is a broad network if you cannot get an appointment? So it's those nuances to say, I am going to shop, not just to check the question of do you have a broad network, but I'm actually going to shop to see how easy is it for me to make an appointment. Can I make an appointment at the time that I want to? Is my appointment with somebody who's reputed, who has credibility to help me advance my health? I'll encourage everybody to do that, to actually go through the journey, invest those 10-15 minutes that in this open season that you have, and see if what you have is still working for you, and if not, what would you like to look at?
Well, that's great advice. I just, I still go back to, I date myself, but 1986 when I went to work for the Postal Service. And at that time, I was raising my children, and one of my children had asthma really bad. And for many years, we'd average 5 or 6 hospital visits, and you can imagine the drug bills we would have. And so I was one of those shoppers. Every open season, I was comparing. And for 13 years, I've had this second career as a benefit coordinator, and I have people in my office, many people every week, and it still surprises me that there's people that they don't even pay attention when open season comes along. They're content to just let open season come and go. And I so appreciate this opportunity that you've taken to encourage people to shop, because things change and circumstances change. And I was always surprised by those that didn't pay attention and didn't realize the missed opportunities they had to shop and to find out the new things. Like, for instance, I love these last few years, the emphasis on the health and wellness benefits that are available out there. So I so appreciate that you've taken the time to come on with me, to take the time to explain these extra things, because these are things that many people don't know and they don't understand. And you've articulated this so well. I so appreciate it that you've come on and you've taken the time to explain these things.
I think as an industry, we need to continue to do a good job of helping members truly be consumers and shoppers. I think as an industry, we need to do that because we evolve, and healthcare is so complicated, and consumers generally have some concerns around how hard is it to shop and switch. I'm already with something. Do I really need to switch my doctors? Do I really need to switch my prescription? So on and so forth. And I think as an industry, we need to continue to do a good job to help people on how we make it easy for somebody to switch, because it's important. And so I really believe that every person was created for greatness, that they deserve the best. I think I believe in that. I really believe that God, the universe, higher power, whatever you believe in, was created you to get the best of what's available. And it's up to us as industry leaders to make it easy for people to achieve that greatness. So I always tell people, regardless of the plan you have, just have a conversation with yourself. Are you settling into it because it's there, or do you deserve something more? And the answer usually is you deserve something more. And so go talk to your company. Go talk to your company and say, I want more. How do we? Because that's the power of us as consumers that then can come to companies like, once again, us as GEHA to say, I really want this benefit. And okay, I think I can get you that benefit and I can help you advance your journey. I think it's really important that the industry continues to do a good job making it easy and for consumers to go achieve that greatness. I absolutely believe that everybody deserves the best healthcare. It shouldn't be a choice. People shouldn't have to suffer in silence. People shouldn't have to make choices on treatment. If you need care right now, you should get care right now. Why would it be any different that you have to compromise on the care you need? And that's where company like GEHA, we can work on that and say, okay, we can advance this particular need somebody has because we are driven by different things than maybe some other companies. And our different thing is basically the mission towards our members.
Is there anything in particular about this year's portfolio of benefits that you offer that you'd like to highlight for those that's shopping during this year's open season? Is there anything in particular of maybe some of the changes that's being offered this year that you'd like to talk about?
Yeah, three specific things I would say everybody should take a look at. One is we do have the lowest cost product on, so we want to make sure national product for somebody to take a look at to see if you're in a health situation wherein price is important for you and you need to manage it. Please take a look at that. Our HDHP products, we have increased our funding levels to those. So somebody who wants to use it as a savings vehicle, we have something for you. We have created enhanced wellness benefits and platforms so people who actually want to manage their health and wellness on an online setting can continue to do that. And we've, of course, brought in the Medicare benefits for retirees who truly need the greatest support on it because that's just where we are in our life stage over there. We really need that support. So we're very proud of many advancements that we've done to our product portfolio. But these are some that I would highlight somebody to take a look at and see if this is something that you could benefit from, and if it could, and if you have any questions, engage in the conversation. These are free conversations. I would encourage that to anybody, by the way. It doesn't even mean you have to call GEHA. Of course, you call GEHA and we'll gladly take your call. But call anybody and then have the conversation to say, where are you in your health journey, in your family's journey, and what could this company help you achieve it? We have hundreds of representatives in the field and hundreds of representatives in the call center to take these calls. But I'll encourage everybody to call someone to take the call in so you can get your answers. And if we can help you, please feel free to reach out to us and we'll gladly help you.
Thank you so much. You've taken a lot of time with me. I have one final question. Being a postal retiree, this one's near and dear to my heart. So postal reform has passed, and I realize that it's not for this year, but in 2024 open season, we're going to see postal service health benefit plans for postal employees and retirees. Is there any information available to us right now that we should be aware of? Anything on the horizon that you're aware of that you could kind of tell us in advance to be looking for?
Yeah, it will be coming soon. So congratulations, you will have new benefits and plans that will be exciting for you. New information is coming soon. We are working with our colleagues in the OPM and the PSHP spaces to make sure that we are very clear on how to participate and how to support. They are a fantastic organization to work with. My partners there, they're amazing, and they care for the same things in terms of advancing the health and well-being of their members. So regulations are emerging, and we will have more material and advanced literature for members who want to look at that. I do expect them to evolve as the months go on, but we'll make sure, just as an industry, that we are very clear, especially even to our members, on what does it mean for them, all the scenarios that somebody is in, whether they are newly into PSHP or they're retired into FEHP and need to move to PSHP. But the assurance would be that we would have the excellence that you need and deserve and have received from GEHA. That'll continue to be there in the future.
Great. I have no doubt. I know we're in good hands. So thank you so much for your time today and all of the information you shared with us. And please tell Mr. Rizzo I appreciate it so much. You guys have always been so good to come on the air with us and share information, and I so appreciate it. Thank you very much, and good luck during this open season.
Thank you, Elizabeth. I'll pass it on to Art, and Art also sends his best wishes to you. He remembers you from last conversation there, so we appreciate the partnership, and we continue to build on it.
All right. Thank you so much.